Hey everyone, it's Cathy Zielske. Welcome back to my channel and the craft/dining room. Today I've got my hands all over the new Tim Holtz STAMPtember exclusive. It's a stamp set and a stencil, and I created a winter scene, and even though I have no concept of what snow looks like on trees, truly, it didn't stop me from trying and creating a fun holiday scene. So remember, STAMPtember sells out fast, so if you love the stamps, check the description box below and then come back and watch the video. That card project is coming up next. Here is Tim Holtz's STAMPtember exclusive for 2022. And it is a holiday set, but it's not just the stamps, it's also a snow pattern stencil. So let's take this out of the package. So we have the stamps, and look at these beautiful vintage snowflakes, the sweet greetings, and the star of this set, a charming Santa crawling up, well, crawling. He's going up the chimney. I don't know. Santa doesn't crawl. Who am I talking about? Anyway, these are all in the lovely red rubber cling, so they preserve all of that gorgeous detail. And then there is a stencil. Now let me see the size on this. This is a 4 3/4 square inch snow stencil. You can use this to add snow to your designs. I have an idea in mind for this, so let's get started with the card. I'm getting my Misty tool out and taking the insert, and I always keep a piece of tape to hold my pad in place. But I won't be needing the pad because I'm going to place my stamp directly in. Now let's just lift off. I mean, this is what's so cool about the cling. You can just lift it up. They separate really easily, and then you have all of your stamps ready to go. And you can just throw that away. I'm going to take out my beautiful Santa because I'm going to be stamping and coloring today. I really am getting just a little more confident with my coloring. It is very exciting for me because normally I avoid it, but lately I feel like, you know what, Kath, you don't actually need to. You don't have to avoid it. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to place this. This is a 4 1/4 by 5 inch piece of cardstock. I'm going to put it right on here. I know I'm going to be trimming this down a little bit, so I'm not too worried about that, but I will take a little bit of tape here because this is how I like to use cling stamps. I like to press my paper into the stamp. So we're just going to make sure this has points of contact. I'm going to pick it up. Doesn't have to be perfect on there like that. Oh, my Misty's dirty. Okay, putting that down, making sure it's not going to shift. That's how I'm going to get the exact stamp in the same place because this won't move. I'll be using Memento Tuxedo Black because I'm going to be coloring with my alcohol inks. Just ink this up really well and bring this down and use my stamp press and transfer that ink by pressing the door, which presses the paper into the cling. Let's see how that transferred. Oh gosh, that looks really good. I think I'm going to transfer it one more time. We'll do one more impression. Oh, look at all that detail. And again, this has not shifted, which allows me to stamp it again in the same location. All right. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that image. I'm going to set this aside for a second just to really give that ink a chance to be completely dry before I start to color. And I'm going to do some dry embossing with this stencil. And even though it's not the full size of the panel, it will all make sense when I go to assemble this card, if my idea works. So I'm using the new Universal Spellbinders plates, and so I've got platform A, and I've got the platform B, so the top, and then I'm going to use a few things. I have got, let's see, I'm going to put my mat down because this is the order I like to dry emboss in, right? Put the mat here, mat, paper, let's go that side, and stencil. And I'm just going to put it a little overlapping. This is going to be fine because you won't see that part from my card. But I'm going to dry emboss this so I have a little snow background, and I'm going to put the D plate on top and run it through. Maybe go back a little bit more just for that little extra. All right. Now when I take my adapter plate off, you will see I have dry embossed this snow pattern into this card, and it looks almost like it's a little bit three-dimensional. I kind of like that. So it's very subtle, and that's going to be part of the card when I assemble it. All right, I'll set this aside. I'll go ahead and put some music on while I do my coloring, and I'll have all my caps facing up so you can see the colors that I'm using. Basic coloring is done, and as you can see, I kept it really simple. Like, there's not a lot of worry about the blending. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut around the outer edge of this image. I'm going to do that real quick off camera, and then we will proceed. I've just done a partial cut, and because this was on a heavier cardstock, this is the Neenah Solar White Classic Crest, I'm just going to go around where I fussy cut to kind of smooth out the cardstock. It really helps if you have any sort of janky edges. You can literally run your bone folder in and around, and it really does smooth it out. That is the basic cut. Now this is where I have kind of a fun idea. Let me grab my other plate. I'm using two different die cut machines today, but I am going to run this through my die cut machine and trim this panel so you get the bottom of the scene, right? And it's going to be the same size as my dry embossed snow panel. So let me cut this out really quickly. So here's the start, right? We're going to take this panel, and then we're going to take our dry embossed panel, which is hard to see in the light. We're going to stack these. So I'm actually going to take some tape here. I'm just going to use a few thin foam squares because I don't want my card to have so much dimension. Well, I mean, can you ever have too much dimension? I don't know. But let me place these all around, and we will pop this right onto this base. I actually think foam tape would have been faster. But you know what? Once you've committed, you got to commit. And the reason that I have my score buddy here is because it will make it so easy for me to line this up. So even though this embossed stencil is only 4 3/4 inches wide, you can still use it as a matte layer, and that's what I'm going to do here. Of course, it would be great for adding the snow, but I am such a fan of dry embossing that this is what we're doing. All right. Then all we do here, let me grab is push it into the corner like this, and then you can push the other piece into the corner like that. And I've added my panel to this card base, and there'll be a little cast of shadow, and of course you have the snowy background. All right, let's get some foam tape on the back of this. Okay, I'm using the new Simon Says Stamp foam tape to pop onto the back. This has a nice dimension. All right, got the card base here. Oh, I think this is so great, the framing. Now, I have an idea for some painting, so let me grab those supplies. I am about to cash a creative check that I don't know if my body is ready to write, but I have some distressed rock candy. I think my branches need snow. I have some acrylic paint, and I have a little, it's actually a nail cuticle cleanup brush, but it's really great for little tiny things. So I am going to attempt to put some snow on the branches, and I thought acrylic paint would be nice because here, I mean, I don't know, where would the snow be? Would it be on the edges here? I think we're just gonna potch some on along the edges and do the best I can. I am not an artist in that regard, but I feel like, you know, just a little potching, and hopefully when I put the snow on, I can put a little rock candy on here and get a little, that looks weird already. Oh my gosh, we're just doing it. We're just gonna do it, just a little here and there, up and down. Like I said, is this in my wheelhouse? Well, it might not be, but we're trying it anyway. Okay, a little snow coming up, 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 up. A little snow, and we're gonna just get that potched in there like that. I'm going to sprinkle rock candy on this little area, and we'll just see what happens. Rock candy like that, okay? I have embraced glitter. Look at that. So now we are gonna have a little shimmery mucky muck. We're gonna keep going like this. I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully Tim will appreciate this. Actually, I think this brush is a little weird for this, but you know what? We're doing it, and we're not going to complain. A little snow here, a little snow there, a little shine. And me using glitter, I mean, what's cool is you can see the sparkle when it hits the light. It's kind of fun. Maybe I will just let this dry now, and I will go work on the greeting. All right, one more thing I'm going to do, because why not? I'm feeling a little wild. I'm going to add some water to my acrylic paint, and I'm going to get a little more going here for a few more splatters, because hopefully this won't go flying everywhere, but let's see. Okay, that one got way too big. I think that's okay, though. Let's get some more water here. I don't know. What are you doing, Cat? You're getting blobby. And even getting some blobs on here, here's what I'm going to do next. I want more glitter on this snowy scene. So now I've got paint everywhere. Hopefully I didn't get any on my computer. I'm going to sacrifice all of this. Well, not. I'm just going to sprinkle a little all over like this. Let it sit. Literally, who am I? Tim, it's all for you. And then we're going to tap it off. So then we're actually going to get even more shine and sparkle all over. Now I'll let this sit aside while I create the greeting. I went ahead off camera and stamped Believe in the Magic and just created a little simple banner for this. And I'm just going to glue this onto the card. And we will just, I think the placement is going to be right about here. I don't know if my stuff is completely dry, so I'm not going to use my T-square. I'm just going to butt it up right there. Then when I let go, I know this will be flush with the edge. And then place that down. And that is the finished card project. I don't think I've ever done this many crafty things, but look at how the rock candy sort of stuck in places. And honestly, I love that tone-on-tone texture. I could even add more drops of glue and sprinkle on more rock candy if I wanted to. In fact, I might. When in Rome, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to dot down a few more here, right on these dots that already exist, just to get a little more of the rock candy showing up here. Just a little, right? Like that. All right, let's grab it. Where are you, rock candy? Gosh, years ago, if you had said, Cathy Zielske, you're going to be putting glitter on things, I would have been like, whatever. Tim Holtz made me do it. He inspires me. So now you can see those globules will add a little more texture as well. So I will let that dry and show you the final picture. And there it is, the finished card project. I think this set is so fun, of course, because it's Tim Holtz. They are going to sell out very fast, as they do every year in STAMPtember. And hopefully you're lucky enough to snag the set for yourself. I can't wait to play more with this and have some more holiday fun. So check out all of the links in the description below, and I will see you back here with another card project soon. If you're looking for more holiday card ideas, check out the thumbnails below. I have some more fun holiday projects, and I will see you over in those videos.